as we roll down this unfamiliar road.
So, good morning, beautiful people. We are on our way to do that beautiful test called the Hsg test. I'm so thrilled that I can't wait. It's going to be so fun.
I hope it won't hurt. I'm really scared. I've been nervous since yesterday. Maria told me we had to go pass that test. So I hope it won't hurt. And keeping my fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah. So they're gonna put like a needle in me. Put it there. They're gonna go check my
Your uterus?
Oh, you're the one taking the test. I thought it was for me.
No.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah. So I don't know how it's gonna be. I'm kind of a little bit scared to have to go through this. I'm kind of really scared right now, but just gonna go without thinking about it. Hopefully he'll be able to be there with me. I've probably done the worst thing I could do in those cases. I went to check on Google, and I have two things that could happen. So I either could die, or it could be a walk in the park. So I think that I might be kind of in between. We're gonna see. But I don't think I'll be able to film a lot while in the room, but after I'm just gonna tell you exactly how it feels and like being really honest about it, not trying to exaggerate anything. Hopefully it won't be that bad.
It won't. I'll give her my hand, and if she wants to squeeze it, she'll be able to squeeze it. Ow! Okay, later. I keep some for later.
Hello. So I just forgot to say that in preparation for the test, I had to take a beautiful pregnancy test this morning, and obviously it was negative. But it was just to make sure that before shooting dye in my uterus, that I didn't have a little baby inside. But no, it was negative. I would be lying if I wouldn't say that part of me really wanted that to be positive, just because I don't want to have to go through it. But I knew it was going to be negative. I mean, I had my period, I had all the symptoms that I was not pregnant. So, yeah.
Gotta keep your fingers crossed. You gotta keep hope, you know. But it's one day at a time, 1 month at a time. Even though a month at a time seems long, you keep accumulating them. But
I think that's the key. Just don't overthink things. Because that's what I'm trying to do.
We're not
better at that.
We're not only gonna go do her test. We're gonna go shopping after. I'm gonna treat her to dessert, probably some coffee or some cheese.
Yeah, ice cream.
She needs her cheese.
Yeah.
So you know, we'll try to change her mind, do something, you know, to keep us in the right path. Let's just say.
Yeah, because I don't want to. Because where we have to go to the exam is an hour and a half from where we live, so might as well have to make a day out of it. Because I don't want the whole thing to be just that. It's not really an enjoyable experience by any means, but maybe we can try to do the best of it, the best we can.
Yeah, and it's autumn. It's beautiful out there. You can see the colors and the trees. It's beautiful.
Right now, we don't see anything. Yes.
So off to Montreal we go.
So, I'll keep you guys posted. So, the Hsg is finally done. Thank you, God. So, it wasn't really that bad for me as an experience, but it wasn't enjoyable by any means. So it was an hour drive from where we live, So I had a lot of time to think about the test and to ramble about everything and anything that could go wrong or that could hurt or anything. So I guess that's kind of my mind that was tricking me at that point. But when we got there, I was so anxious for the test. I mean, my husband was right beside me. He was trying to talk to me and just so that I can think about something else. But at some point, I just went like blank. He was talking to me, but I didn't answer. I wasn't answering back. Wasn't talking. I was just staring at my nails and like the floor, and I zoned out. I was so stressed about this test, about what could go wrong, what if my tubes were blocked or anything. So all of this, I was just thinking constantly about this. And then, like maybe 15 minutes before they called me, there was this girl that just, I guess, just finished her test. She was just sitting right in front of me, and she started talking about her test to her friend. She was like, "Oh, it's so bad. I had those cramping, and he went so fast with the needle and everything." I was like, "What? A needle? What are they doing to me?" So at that point, I was really going crazy and losing everything. But when they called me, I stood up. I went to the nurse, and the only thing that I could think about was, "Can he come with me? Please, let my husband come with me." And then she said, "No, he cannot come with you. No, it will be fast. It's 15 minutes top, and you're home." But man, I was scared. So I went to, I guess, a little changing room, and they gave me a gown. But I was prepared. I was wearing a long shirt, so nobody could see my butt. So I was happy for that. Thank you, me. So then I just changed, and I was waiting, I guess, because they just said, "I'm going to call you, and I'm going to tell you exactly what to do, but just change, and as soon as we're ready, we're going to call you." And I guess it was maybe 2 minutes, but it felt like it was probably an hour for me. I was just sitting there or standing. I don't even remember. I just remember that there was a mirror, and I was looking at myself, and I was telling to myself, "What am I doing here? I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here alone. What is happening?" So when the nurse called me, I got out of the changing room, and I followed her, and we entered in this hospital room, and it was pretty neat. I mean, it's a hospital room, but she told me, like, my name is, I don't even remember. The only thing that I heard that she was telling me was, "I'm really happy to see you. We're going to have fun, blah, 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 blah. But it's not me that's going to do your test." So when she told me that, I kind of lost it again, but I was like, "No, composure. No one has said no. Just go." And then they told me, like, you can keep your shoes on. And I was thinking to myself, damn, I look stupid. I'm there in my gown, not wearing anything from bottom down but my shoes. You know those crazy things that go through your mind when you're going through stuff? It's so stupid. But I was self-conscious that I was wearing shoes and nothing on. So they told me, like, you just sit on that bed. It wasn't really a bed. It was more like a table. But it was weird because the table wasn't like that. It was like that, and your head is there and your butt is there. So it's like, okay, I'm going to sit. But how? So I just sit on the table, and she said, "Okay, you have to move your butt the closest that you can to the table." But the table's like that. I mean, gravity, it pushes you down. So I was like, okay, I'm going to do it. Okay. So it wasn't that bad at that point, but when the doctor came in, I saw him and I was like, okay, no prejudice, but you're 60 years old. and you're doing my test, and I don't really feel comfortable with any other man than my husband going there. But, okay, he's a doctor. He probably seen thousands of down there just today. So, okay, whatever. Just do it. But the worst part, I think, was the speculum. It's never really fun to have that shoved in you, but it's nothing that I've never been through. I mean, with the pap smear test or anything, it's nothing that us women don't go through. So when it went in, it's not fun. It just stretches everything, and it's painful, but not that bad at the same time because it's nothing that I've never been through. So it was kind of okay. So he then inserted a catheter, a little tube in there, and I didn't really feel that part. I didn't feel. And he told me that, okay, you're ready, and I'm gonna push the liquid, the dye, and we're gonna see. There's a screen. You can see the test. I'm gonna explain everything to you, and that's fun because he was telling me everything, every steps of everything. So I knew what was going on. I knew everything that he was doing, and I could see on the screen exactly what he was doing, well, not doing, but seeing, like with the X-ray. And there was two nurses that were there looking at the screen, and they were telling me what they were seeing. So it wasn't like a mystery. You know exactly what's happening to you. You know exactly what the diagnosis is at the end. So that part is really nice. You don't have to wait. As soon as you're out, you know exactly what's happening. So he just went on with the dye. It went in, and it wasn't painful, but it was uncomfortable. It felt like having cramps, like not light cramps, but not that big of a cramp either. It was okay, but uncomfortable. So the dye went in, and I was looking at the screen, and then I kind of freaked out inside because all I could see was the dye going into the uterus, but not in the tubes. And then I heard the nurses say to me, I guess, like, it's probably a double blockage because it's not going through. The doctor just said, okay, we're just going to wait. He asked the nurse, he wanted me to have her to turn on the side so we could go down or anything. And the nurses say no. And he just said, okay, I'm just going to try to put a little more dye in, I guess. And so he just told me that, okay, I'm going to insert a little more dye, and you're probably going to feel it, and we'll see from there. So when he pushes the dye in, the second time, that was painful. To me, it was really painful because I wasn't numb anymore from the speculum, I guess. And so that I felt, and like a big cramp, and but when I saw the screen, I saw the dye going in the tubes like really fast. So I was like so relieved that it was going through. And then the doctor said to the nurse and to me, I guess, like, we're fine, it's all clear, and everything's gonna be fine from here. You're good to go. And then he said, I'm gonna remove the speculum. And then it felt like I was going to die because it really hurt. But I guess it hurt because of the dye and everything, and because of the stress. So, I mean, I guess everybody's pain tolerance is different, but to me, the worst part was the speculum. The dye wasn't that bad. And at the end, I just stood up, and she showed me a different dressing room where I could go and just put my clothes on, and then she just told me, like, do you have a pad, because you're going to need it, because you're going to be spotting and basically cleaning all of your interior. So she just handed me a pad, and then I put it on, and we went on to the waiting room, and she told me that I had to wait maybe 10-15 minutes just to make sure that I was fine and that I wasn't fainting or anything. And that was probably bad because I didn't wait 15 minutes. I was just there, and my husband was asking me questions, but I was so, like, stressed, and I didn't want anyone to hear what happened to me. Like, not what happened, but what my experience was with that, because when I heard the girl telling her friend what it was like for her, I got so scared that I didn't want that for anyone in the room, so I just said, like, okay, we can just wait outside. Like, I'm not waiting for anything right now, just to make sure that I'm not going to faint. So we can just go wait in the car. So as soon as we got out, I got really emotional, like, okay, it's done. So it was good. And then my advice would be maybe not to, because we went shopping afterwards, because we didn't want the whole day to be dedicated just to the test. So we went on with our day, but as soon as we got to the mall, I had really huge cramps, and I guess that part wasn't because of the test, it was because of my stress. I got so stressed, and I got really nauseous. And so I told my husband, like, yeah, I gotta go to the restroom, like, right now, and I'm not even sure that I'm gonna make it. That was because of the nerve and the stress, not because of the test, because I was really nauseous, and I got sick to my stomach, and I went to the restroom, and yeah, I threw up. But that was because of my stress and not because of the test. So after that, I kind of felt better, because I was more calm and everything, but the rest of the day felt okay, but really, I was still feeling nauseated a little bit and cramping, but not that bad. So I guess if you have a prescription for any kind of ibuprofen or anaprox or anything, just take it. I took mine 45 minutes before the test. I didn't take they told me that I could take one more 12 hours after the procedure, but I didn't feel the need for it because it was bearable. It was just feeling like bad period cramp. So I guess that's it. So that was my experience going through it. It wasn't intended to scare anyone or to make you feel bad if you had worse than me or anything. It's just my personal experience with it. It was more difficult because I was really stressed. But the procedure in itself wasn't that bad. It's not something that I would do right away again, but it wasn't that bad. So if you're really scared to go through it, or if you're having really bad anxiety about it, just don't. It's gonna be better if you just don't, because you won't throw up or you won't do anything that I did. And yeah, just don't beat yourself up with the test. And it's not your fault that you have to go through it. It wasn't my fault. I mean, that's just life, and that's just your body. And yeah, I mean, it's gonna be fine. Just enjoy your day and not have fun with it, but have fun on the process of going to your test and after the test. So don't beat yourself up because you have to go through that. It's not fun, but it's bearable. So I hope it helped a little bit, and that you find it helpful in any way. And I hope you enjoyed, and subscribe and like if you did.